good, ladies and gents? Welcome to the MKO Pugilism Boxing channel, where we talk all things boxing. Remember to like, subscribe, share, comment, put the bell notification on, put it on all. Make sure you get all our latest, get reports of all our latest activity, latest content on the channel. So let's get into this one. So just yesterday, we had the kickoff press conference for Saul Canelo Alvarez versus Caleb Plant, which is a bout that's going to take place for every belt at super middleweight, and it's going to take place on the 6th of November. Now, going into this whole press conference thing, I didn't even watch it live because I personally didn't think there would be anything special about it. I thought it was just going to be, run of the mill. Caleb Plant's going to say, well, I'm going to win, blah, blah, blah. Canelo's going to say, no, I'm going to win. And it was just going to be one of these boring press conferences, head to head at the end. And then that's it. We all go home. So I thought it was going to be boring because neither one of them is Canelo is now starting to speak English, but he's not one of these mouthy guys. He's not a big talker, and I don't know Plant as any big talker, but boy, was I wrong. Completely and utterly wrong. This press conference, opens up. You get to hear from the trainers, the teams. I thought, Canelo's team just solid, normal. Saying what, the same thing. We've been working hard in the gym, blah, blah, blah. I noticed that for me, when I heard from Plant's team, I felt Caleb Plant's team were really happy to be there, like the coach, and there was almost like a sort of emotion in their voices, you know what I mean? When they spoke, there was like an emotion, a real sort of passion, like you could tell they were really happy to be there, and they had this sort of belief in themselves, like it was really raw and emotional. And Caleb Plant, when he spoke, it was all emotional, it was all, it was just raw passion with Caleb Plant. He was talking about, I've proved people wrong all my life. It was just me and my dad, and I think someone else from his family or whatever. And he said he was going through all this kind of a sob story thing of, we had to make our own gym. We had one heavy bag, and it was so terrible that, the heavy bag, you couldn't even move all the way around it because it was close to the wall, and it was one heavy bag for the whole gym, and we had to make our own gym, buy our own gym. We didn't even have a ring. We had to get a tape and just make a big square with tape and have people holding hands and standing outside the ring to make sure nobody fell over. And he gave this crazy sob story of where he came from, and he said that all my life I've been proving people wrong. I went to the amateurs, and there was this guy that was knocking everyone out, and they said, nah, you Caleb, you got no chance. And I went in there and I proved them wrong. I knocked out the guy, blah blah blah. And he was giving this story of that he's always been the underdog, he's always been the one that's underestimated, and he's being underestimated here against Canelo, and no one believes him, but he believes it. And he said, all you haters, I'm gonna see you after this fight, blah blah blah. I'm gonna show you something in this fight. I'm gonna upset the odds again. So it was all sort of positive stuff. And then he said something, I forgot what it was, and then Canelo started laughing, and he was saying, he said to Canelo, it kind of went left then, because he said to Canelo, you think that's funny, blah blah blah. And Canelo goes, yes, a little, and it's funny to see Canelo speak English, because the man, like, he's been doing it through an interpreter forever pretty much. I mean, the only English I remember him speaking before this was like, "Good luck, my friend, you are next," and that was it. That's all I remember from him speaking English. So it's interesting now. He's more fluent. He's speaking English, and he's bantering back and forth. And So yeah, Plant said, "Do you think this is funny?" He said, "Yeah, a little bit, a little bit." And then Plant just started trying to lay into him, cussing him. He started cussing him, cussing the trainer, saying, "Yeah, you all drug cheats, man. You're a drug cheat, and you're blah blah blah." And he was calling the whole team of them a bunch of drug cheats. He was saying, he was calling out Oscar Valdez, and the thing was, I think some of what he said definitely hit home, because it was true what he said. I mean, Oscar Valdez did test positive for a substance, but it's a technicality that he got away with, because it's in one drug testing agency says it's banned. The other one says it's okay out of competition, but not in competition. He had it out of competition, so he got away with fighting still. But still, to me, it's a bit dodgy, and I can see where it's coming from there. And that's he was kind of hitting them with some home truths there. That, look, your boy, he got caught with this banned substance. The WBC didn't do anything. They didn't strip him. Somehow he's still got to fight again. You were caught with the beef that you allegedly ate. And he said, with you guys, he was saying a few racial slurs that, oh yeah, you guys are, it's always some sort of tea, some rice or some beans or some meat that you're eating, that kind of, and you always end up testing positive and getting away with it. And to an extent, he does have a point there, because, you know, obviously Canelo, he's had his positive tests, and the WBC were very defensive of him, saying, oh yeah, it's just because of some meat he ate. And he has gotten preferential treatment, you know, and that was Plant's argument, that, look, you got preferential treatment, you got a 6-month ban, he got caught with something, then he didn't even get a ban. He was just allowed to fight on as if nothing happened. And he was saying, look, we don't want drugs in our sports, we don't want drug cheats. And yeah, it was really laying into Canelo. He was really sort of attacking him. He went from talking about himself as the underdog to attacking Canelo, and he took it up a notch, because a lot of these guys, they're foul-mouthed and everything, and you know, he was basically, he was saying he was calling Canelo, you know, mother bleepity bleep, mother effer sort of thing, and he done it repeatedly. And this is something that, of course, yeah, people do, you know, with that cussing, and it's the way a lot of people talk. They got these foul mouths and everything, and he kept saying that slur. Now Canelo, the funny thing was, Canelo misunderstood it, and he thought that Plant was saying something about his mother, and he said, hey, don't say mother blippity bleep, don't say mother bleep, don't say this, don't say this, not my mom, not my mom. And it's, you know, they both had the little face-off thing, you know, after all this talk. And you know, Canelo thought, oh, you're talking my mom, you're talking my mom. And Plant stood up there, not square and straight, you know, throws a slap at Canelo. Canelo just weak. And Canelo, you can tell this guy, he's a pound for pound guy, man. Because Canelo, although it's a face-off, he's facing the guy, the split second he could tell Plant was throwing a slap, he just gets his feet automatically in the stance. You know, just leans back, misses the slap, claps Plant with the right, and then claps him again with the left hand. So he gave him some dirty bum, 2 slaps in like seconds, man. He's like a cat. The reflexes are just something else. So it all turned into a ruckus. Canelo got bum, 2 slaps in there. You know, Plant missed his slap, and yeah, they pretty much had to stop the face-off thing there. And yeah, so I mean, it ended up unfortunately with a cut on Caleb Plant. I don't think that cut's gonna jeopardize the fight necessarily. I think they're still gonna be able to fight in November. He is gonna have to be careful though, I suppose, because you don't want that cut becoming worse. But yeah, interesting press conference. In my mind, I think this is something where, to me, Caleb Plant was speaking what he believed to be true, and I think this it's one of those things where it might give him an advantage if he, you know, getting Canelo emotional and whatnot. I suppose the fight is still a while away, so and Canelo seemed to be composed throughout the whole thing. But in my opinion, I think this was for Team Plant. This was kind of their effort to get into Canelo's head, to sort of rattle him, because a lot of fighters show respect for Canelo. A lot of them say, yeah, we rate him, blah blah blah. But Plant was in there sort of showing no respect to Canelo. He wasn't really acknowledging his achievements. It was just simply, well, yeah, I'm gonna have you up. You're a drug cheat. Boom, boom, boom. I prove everybody wrong. And I think this is one of those where it is either going to be of tremendous benefit, and he might get Canelo to go on his emotions and fight off his emotions a little bit. But I think at the same time, it could just backfire. It could make Canelo focus more. It could make Canelo, you know, angry to some degree. And then if he can control his anger, and you know, it might just cause him to fight a bit more aggressively. And he's so technically good that even when he is aggressive, he can it can all go in his favor. So yeah, this is one where I think Caleb Plant definitely peed off Canelo, definitely got on his nerves, definitely irritated Canelo. But what remains to be seen is, will this actually work in Plant's favor, or will it work against him? Let me know your thoughts on this. What do you think about Plant's aggressiveness at the press conference? Do you think it was good tactics to try and sort of get in Canelo's head, to try and rattle Canelo, to get him angry or whatever? Do you think that was good mental tactics, or do you think it was a silly thing to wake up the sleeping giant, or however you want to phrase it? Let me know your thoughts on this in the comment section below, and until next time, this is MKO Pugilism, over and out. Catch you next time.